Hello, guys. Welcome to our today's session. We're going to talk about mental well-being, and that's our mental awareness, mental health. I'm Evelyn Jerry Kibuha. I am a second-year student in Masino University, pursuing language and communication with IT. I'm also a peer counselor in Masino University, and I'm also a champion of the PDO Kenya. That's the organization in Nakuru that deals with the well-being of the community. So today I'm going to take you through on mental health, and that's our well-being. Welcome, and I hope you're going to learn something and acquire a skill that will help you cope up with your journey in your as you work on your mental health. Yeah, welcome. So, to start with, we say that mental health is a state of well being, or it's a state that helps you cope up with stress and also manage depression, and also a state that helps you cope up with anything that may be disturbing your health, and that's your mental health awareness. And there's things or signs that you can get to have and discover that you are undergoing mental illness. And to start with, I'm going to start with by saying that you may discover that your personality is changing. So that the change in your personality is a sign that you have mental illness, or you are undergoing through mental illness. And also you have change in emotions, whereby you can change your emotions. You may find yourself that you are at times moody, or you may be happy in a session, in the other moment you are sad. So that's a change in emotion, and that's a sign that you are going through mental illness. You also have isolation, whereby you may tend to isolate yourself, or keep yourself alone. You may have the tendency of being lonely. That's also a stage where that you don't want to socialize with people. You also have sudden absence of self-care, whereby you don't mind about yourself. And guys, let me tell you that self-care is the most important thing in your life, because the moment you stop caring about yourself, or you tend to lose focus on yourself, you tend to lose a lot on yourself, and with that you can undergo mental illness. You also have feeling overwhelmed or sense of hopeless, whereby you may feel that things are too much for you, that you can't cope up with things the way they are. That's a sign that you're going through mental illness. You also have warning signs of suicide. There's a moment that people may approach you and tell you that I feel like I can die, I feel like it's too much for me, I feel like I want to kill myself. So warning about suicide, that's also a sign of mental illness. We also have sleeping problems, whereby you may sleep too much, or in other terms, you may lack sleep, whereby you may not be sleeping enough because of your mind is not at peace. We also have substance abuse, whereby you may tend to abuse a certain drug or substance. For example, people may tend to abuse alcohol, because you may say that when you take alcohol, it tends to that I feel okay and I feel fine about myself, when my mind is at peace. We also think that as another sign of self mental illness is that you may have guilt with your own self. So feeling of guilt is another sign that you're undergoing through mental illness. So today, guys, I want to tell you that you should make mental health a priority, because mental health should start with you, and your mental health is your priority. Whenever you make your well-being a priority, it's a way that you're going to work even on your health purposes. So today, guys, we have types of mental disorders that I'm going to take you through. We have anxiety disorders, we also have mood disorders, we have autism, we also have eating disorders, whereby you may tend to eat too much or lose appetite. You may lose appetite or you overeat. That's also a disorder with your own self. We also have personality disorders, and we also have dementic. That's another types of disorders that you people may be having as you go on with your own self. And what I tell you is that your health and well-being should be your number one priority. Nothing else is more important than your well-being. And with that, I'm going to give you tips on how you can handle, or tips on how you can overcome these mental disorders. So, at first, let me tell you that you should adopt a mindset that's making mental health a priority. Also, say no to stuff that will make you guilty. Also, relaxing activity. Engage yourself in activities. Maybe nature walks do best for you. Fun activities. Bond with your friends. Those can work for you. Also, stand positive. Another step can be standing for positivity, whereby you may give a positive word to a negative word. Do not be pessimistic, but be optimistic. So guys, also stay connected, because we say that good relationships are important to your mental well-being. Also, you can take time for yourself, because we tend to forget about ourselves. And one thing is that you cannot share when your cup is empty. So first fill your cup, so that you may also have something to lend to others. Also take time. You may have activities or your hobbies, such as listening to music, traveling. Engage in those more activities. Also tend to appoint one person, or tend to have one trustee that you can share out your issues whenever you feel overwhelmed, whenever you feel stressed, depressed. Just have someone who can you can talk to. And as I did my survey, I find that most of the people are the things that may cause your mental health, mental illness, are such as relationships. We also have finance issues, and also we have other issues such as academic for the students. And also in campus, you may find that your finances are low, and you have that thing disturbing your mind, because you're not at peace. And whenever you don't have money, you say money is everything, because the moment you don't have money, you may tend to have that stress in you. Yeah, so I guess that's what I had for today. But also leave you with telling you that be mindful, that meditate upon what you have, exercise, also engage yourself in social activities. Also, I will give you something small, that think before you act. This will help you manage stress, because some of the stress causes that we engage in, because of us not being acting before we think what you're acting upon. So tend to think before you act, and also honor what is important to you, because don't engage in things that are not important to you. Also, another thing that we do is that trying to fit in other people's shoes. For example, I, Evelyn, may have something that I can't manage, but I want to manage it so that I may fit in a certain group. So I adjust that to discover who you are, and also keep yourself going, because you are yourself. First, distinguish who am I, what do I want in this life, and that will help you also manage these stress activities. Be assertive, because life is all about keep going, take risk, and as you take risk, be mindful. So I leave you with this quote that says that happiness is absolutely a feeling of state of well-being, but the key to happiness is understanding that this is created through action. So for you to create happiness, it all depends with the action that you're going to take. Thank you for the time, and stay tuned.